So for this one, obviously, you died, right, and then you've taken rebirth. And actually, let's imagine this. So um, let's imagine that you take rebirth in an. So first, what's the word? I don't know what the word is for this. Like before you're born, but you're in the. So you imagine you've died, and now you're in the egg sac of a spider. So can you imagine that? Like those little egg sacs that have like hundreds of um, unborn spiders all together. Right? And the egg sac breaks, and you're like I'm a baby spider. And there's no, in my spider rebirth, there's no like care from the parent, right? They're not going to raise me and teach me. So I wander off. Now, many of those spiders will just get eaten, right, by something else before they grow. But if you imagine not that, right? So you can imagine that now. Like, I'm a spider. And so I live in like little cracks between things. And let's imagine this life then, right? So as you grow, right, I'm able to, out of instinct, I know how to, I'm able to make a web. And so then my life is, like I make a web, and then I sit in my web with my 8 legs touching the filaments, waiting for something to come there and get caught so I can, while it's alive, right, bite into it, kill it, and eat it. So most of the time, like I'm waiting, wanting to eat something, an insect. Then finally, every now and then, an ant or a fly or some other insect uh, gets caught in the web. And so you can imagine being a spider. Like, I like grab that fly with some of my 8 legs, and I bite into it, and it's struggling against me, trying to get away, but it can't get away. And I'm holding it and biting it, and killing it. And the best thing, from my perspective as a spider, like the thing I want most, and the only thing that, the main thing I long for, is every now and then I bite and eat a fly or an ant or some other insect. Then imagine my mind. So I somehow instinctively know how to make a web. I instinctively know to be afraid of bigger creatures like birds that might come eat me. I know how to eat other insects. that's about it. I can't learn anything. There's no real pleasure. There's just these very basic instincts. To trap, to kill, to eat, to be afraid. Every now and then, some giant creature comes by with a broom and totally destroys my web and whacks me, terrifies me. I run away and hide, feeling terrified I'll be killed. But so far, I've gotten away, and then I come back and remake my web and wait to eat an insect again. So can we imagine, first of all, the utter, compared to a human mind, the extreme dullness, the extreme lack of intelligence or imagination. Being trapped with a mind that's just instinct driven. With such simple, basic instincts, no mental flexibility. And to imagine, right, where the only real source of pleasure is biting live flies or other insects and eating them. That's all I really wait for. I live that way. Until eventually that giant creature comes and they knock me to the floor, to the concrete, and they, with their giant appendage, stomp on me. And I can imagine my death as a spider, being crushed, trying to get away, trying to run, but they're huge. And the agony of being crushed under a foot, and dying in terror.